In this portion, we're going to talk about how to help the student as their needs become made aware to you and made aware to them. Even when you are positive that you have uncovered the need, it's a good idea to keep on asking the kinds of probing questions that are going to tell you more. The reasons for this are twofold. Number one, you want to ensure that you are not finding a symptom of the real need that the student has. And secondly, you want to make sure that the student is aware that there is a need. Perhaps this gives them a chance to discuss it. Perhaps it gives them a chance to have that light bulb come off in their head, or go on, rather. When you, as a caring, nurturing teacher, has the opportunity to probe for the problem, the real problem, well, then the student, or the individual with the problem, has a chance to, quote-unquote, discover the problem. And by that we mean discover the real problem. Because the student discovered their own problem, they will be much more open to hearing thoughts and ideas and solutions. Or they may already have these thoughts, ideas, and solutions, and for them it's merely a connecting the dots game, in which case the student will feel empowered to solve their own problems and to move forward with the process, leaving you out. Once they discover this, they'll begin to feel a little bit off kilter or out of balance. Now, the law of homeostasis says that an object or an organism will maintain itself until it is acted on from outside by an uneven force. This outside force changes the status quo, setting the object or the organism even more off kilter and off center, out of focus. This makes the being, the organism or the individual, try to put themselves back into focus by exerting some of their own positive will and influence. For many of our students, especially those with problems or those seeking help or advice, they won't make any changes to their standard routines until they are set off balance. And it is only when they realize how off balance or how outside of where they want to be they actually are, that they will sit up and become motivated to take the actions, to seek the assistance, and to find the help that will help them get back on track. This does not mean that they are lazy. This does not mean they're unlike any other human being out there. Most humans, if everything is going fine, won't seek to change anything. There are some occasional people out there who feel like their hands get itchy if they're not learning something new, or they feel like the same old is driving them insane. This does not mean that you have to physically push them off balance, but it does mean you need to see the problem, help them to realize that they are off balance, and then assist them to righting themselves or getting back to where it is that they want to be. One aspect of this is that learning forces us to move outside of our comfort zone. Not every project will be easy. In fact, many projects will be hard. Some projects may be hard specifically so that you step out of your comfort zone, and there are plenty of times you will be given an assignment or an experiment in the classroom that you are set up to fail so that you can learn what to do during that failure process. Good example of this for all you other little nerdlings out there is the Star Trek simulation of the Kobayashi Maru. In the Kobayashi Maru, people on board the flight simulator are supposed to rescue members of a downed ship while under increasing amounts of attack from multiple sides. There is no way to win this simulation. It is set up specifically with the understanding that you will fail. And it's an effort to see what it is that people are like when they find they cannot succeed. When it comes to our students, when you notice that there is an issue, when you point out the problems, when you point out a line of sight for imminent failure, you set them up in such a way that they will be very likely to listen, very likely to follow your advice, or very likely to sit up, notice there's a problem, and make an immediate choice about what actions they will take and how that will ultimately affect them. All of these are positive. What 3 ways can we solve this issue with a student who is out of balance? Well, first of all, you can recognize the issue, point it out to them, give them some possible solutions, and then watch as they solve their own problems, or come to a set of decisions about what they'll do, and let them know that they can contact you if they have issues, or for them to please let you know when they have solved the issue because you care and you want to see them succeed. The second thing that can happen is the student can hear what it is that you have to say, realize their imbalance, make a correction to their or fail to make a correction to their imbalance, and write it slowly and surely over time until eventually, missing out on one or more major opportunities for them to excel and exceed expectations, they eventually right themselves and move on with the rest of their academic career. This is disastrous, because not only did a student lose a lot of fantastic time, when they could have been solving problems, but the student won't even remember that they came to help you. Or if they do, they'll remember they came to get your help, and it wasn't very helpful. Or they'll remember that they went to go talk to you, and then they went to go talk to somebody else. All of these are terrible. However, it's important to note, you can't make them do anything. No matter how good your solution is, no matter how quick and easy it will be, sometimes it won't work. For instance, I had one student who told me that she needed a place to stay because she was sleeping in her car. She was sleeping in her car in the middle of winter, and it had been snowing, and she just didn't think that she could sleep in her car one more night. I asked her if there was anyone that she could stay with. She said yes, she could stay with her family. When I asked her what would have to happen for her to go back to stay with her family, at least for one night or until the snow went away, she said it would mean that she would have to apologize for some things that she said at the dinner table, and she just wasn't going to do that. I don't know whatever happened with that student. Maybe they did it, maybe they didn't, maybe they found someone else. But no matter how simple and easy the solution is, not everyone's willing to take it. The final solution that's available here is that you make the student aware of the imbalance. You make the student aware of the imbalance. The student chooses either to do it or not as they become aware, and you let them do whatever it is you want without ever checking up again. And what happens? The student makes no decision. Nothing happens. The student retains their imbalance. And slowly but surely, other pieces of the puzzle begin to fall apart. You did everything that you could, to a point. The student did everything they were willing to do, to a point, and now no one's happy. To apply this knowledge today, mark down a list of issues that students come to see you about in which you see a common sense of imbalance, whether it's time management, product quality, issues relating to time and travel, study skills, etc. Find out a way that you have used in the past, or things that would work easily, to point out this imbalance to the students or those who come to seek your help, and what it is that you can do to help right them. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please feel free to subscribe to our material. Put a comment down below, and by all means, blow up that like button and design your future.